What is meant by BTP? So we need to understand 3 points about SAP BTP. One is abbreviation. BTP is a business technology platform. Second one is BTP contains bundles of many different services used for business requirement. Bundles of many different services. How many services are there? Approximately 82 services are there. If you can check in Discovery Center, total 82 services are there. Out of 82, one of the services is integration suite. And this BTP is introduced in the year of 2021 with a cloud computing service called PaaS. SAP BTP introduced in the year of 2021 with a cloud computing service called PaaS. PaaS means platform as a service. Okay, so now we need to discuss what are the different types of cloud computing service. Okay, we have three types of cloud computing services. One is IaaS, infrastructure as a service, and the second one is PaaS, platform as a service, and the third one is SaaS, software as a service. These are the 3 cloud computing services we have in the market. So before cloud computing services introduced in the market, what we have? So we have a on-premises server. On-premises means, so we need to buy a server. Okay, so this server contains CPU, that means processor. It contains memory, that is RAM. It contains disk storage. It contains network card. Okay, these are the hardware equipments we have in a server. Okay, by using all these, what we need to do? By using all these resources, what we need to do? We need to install an operating system. We need to install an operating system. Example, we have a SUSE Linux operating system. We have Windows, we have Mac OS. Okay, like this, we have SUSE Linux operating system as well. Now, I want to install HANA DB server. HANA DB server is a database software, okay, developed by SAP. I want to install this HANA DB server. Okay, so we are buying a hardware with the CPU, memory, disk, and network card. By using all these resources, we are going to install an operating system called SUSE Linux operating system. Now, the customer requirement is they want to install HANA DB server. What we have to do? So as a BTP, as a basis administrator, so they have to log on to service.sap.com and they will download HANA DB software and they will copy to SUSE Linux operating system and they will install HANA DB server. So here the point is, all these are managed by ourselves only. Everything is in our hands. Everything is managed by ourselves. Okay, so on-premises system means which is physically available in our location. It may be office location or it may be customer location. Customer means, example, Bench is a customer, they are using SAP. Volvo is a customer, they are using SAP. Godrej is a customer, they are using SAP. Reliance is a customer, they are using SAP. Honda is a customer, they are using SAP. Sankar is a customer, they are using SAP. So if they are using all these customers are using SAP. Whenever they want to go with on-premises, they need to buy the hardware, and on top of that, OS team will install operating system. Okay, then they will hand over the system to basis consultants. They will download the database software and they will copy to SUSE Linux operating system and they will install. So here, my point is to convey here, this physical system is available in office location or in customer location, where they want. We used to place this server. This is what called on-premises system. Over a period, what happens? The technology is going on evolved. So obviously, so they introduced cloud computing services. One of the services is infrastructure as a service. The second one is platform as a service. And the third one is software as a service. All these services who are supporting cloud providers. Who are the cloud providers? AWS cloud provider, you know very well. Google cloud provider, you know very well. Azure cloud provider, you know very well. Okay, these are the major cloud providers we have in the market. Okay, these 3 cloud providers are supporting the cloud computing services. One is IaaS. The second one is platform as a service. And the third one is software as a service. All these three cloud providers are supporting these three cloud computing services. Now we will discuss one by one cloud computing service. Why I'm discussing, SAP BTP introduced with a cloud computing service called PaaS Cloud Computing Service. Okay, that is the reason why I'm conveying this point. Coming to infrastructure as a service. The name itself saying that they used to provide the infrastructure. What is that infrastructure? This is what called infrastructure. Hardware infrastructure. They are providing this infrastructure. The AWS cloud provider. For example, if you go for an example, let's see here. Okay, yes. IaaS means infrastructure as a service. They are providing hardware infrastructure. Okay, so assume that we are choosing AWS. So AWS is going to be manage this infrastructure. Okay, they used to manage the networking part, they used to manage the storage part, server part, and virtualization part. So they used to manage only this. Okay, and the remaining on top of this hardware infrastructure, OS team will install operating system and some of the middleware softwares. Okay, they will install, and finally they will hand out the system to basis consultant, and basis consultant will install database software. Basis consultant will install database software. That means basis consultant has to download the database software and he has to copy to that respective operating system and he has to install that. So all these are managed by ourselves. So in infrastructure as a service, they are just providing the infrastructure and this infrastructure is managed by the cloud provider and remaining all are managed by ourselves. All are doing ourselves. Example, you rent an empty house. You rent an empty house. In empty house, you don't have any infrastructure, right? Like furniture, like kitchen items. Oh, okay, like what we call AC. All these items you are not having. Just you have rented an empty house. The house is managed by the owner and remaining everything, whatever you want, kitchen items, furniture. Okay, whatever you want, you have to manage yourself. Okay, the example is you rented an empty house. And now coming to platform as a service.
Subscribe for more content.